we're gonna edit some. Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, we're on now. Hey, everyone, welcome to the Total RNG podcast. We are here at Command Post, recording from here because we thought it'd be good to get out of our basement, our mom's basements, and do something for once. With us, though, we have the owner of Command Post, Tim the Man, sitting back
Rochester.
So we'll let him give you guys a little info about what Command Post is.
Hey, Tim, what branch of service were you in? None. You look like a Marine. It's so weird. Have you heard that before?
Yeah. I don't do well with people telling me what to do.
I would say, though,
You and Josh is something similar.
You look like you would be like the state trooper that would pull you over and would not give you any leniency.
This dude's giving me a ticket, 100%.
Yeah, you see him getting out, and you're like, well, I might as well just.
Well, the way I look at it, if you make me get out of the car, I'm going to give you something.
Yeah, if you're getting out of the car and not
I'm just riding down the road, you fly by me and not pay me no attention, then you deserve it.
Hey,
unless you got a good excuse.
I haven't had a lot of run-ins with state troopers or cops, and the few that I did were like, all right, you were doing like 4 over, just be like, it was something ridiculous, but they've let me off every time. I even got in a wreck, and nothing happened. Like, I didn't get a ticket or anything from it.
Did you get a ticket? Comment below.
That's incriminating. That's incriminating. Don't do it. But yeah, Command Post is a really awesome place. They were the first place that I contacted when I started CLT Esports, and they kind of helped us grow. So we partnered with them from like day one, and we're going to pretty much keep that bond and like going. So we decided to come out here and show some love to some local, local companies and groups. And yeah, Tim, so tell us a little bit about
just Command Post. That's it. Just Command Post.
So tell us a little bit about how you got started and like why you.
No, I want to hear about how you guys met. That's what I want to hear.
You guys start from past that.
Well, that's fine. Yes, you're right. We'll get there. We'll get there.
We met. He called me and told me about Charlotte Esports wanting to bring esports to Charlotte. I don't know if he could come by and talk to me.
That's it?
And he just said, and I was like, yeah, because that's kind of what we did. My son was a big gamer. We were at church one day, and I saw these kids gaming, and I started realizing there was nowhere in Charlotte for them to go.
Yeah.
Especially when they got their license. Where are they going to go if they don't drink? Gamers don't want to go to the mall. They don't want to go to Chick-fil-A. They will eat at Chick-fil-A. But they don't want to go hang out at Chick-fil-A other than the time they're eating, so there's nothing more. So we opened this place up. It's a safe, it's a fun place.
When did you guys open?
February of 2018. So a year and
So you were around for when did you contact him though? When did you guys actually?
Oh God, that
October.
Was, yeah.
October.
Okay, so it was right when you started October.
Oh yeah. I mean, it literally I was like, hey Ty, let's do esports, and then I googled LAN Center. And I was like, all right, here we go.
So what did you think at first? Were you like, who is this kid in my?
Well, the email, I'm sure he did.
Well, Garrett gave me the email, and I was like, then when I got in here and heard what he was talking about, I was like, you know what, this sounds like a lot of fun. It's because we were talking about doing leagues and doing tournaments and stuff like that. So
We sure did.
yeah.
We sure did.
Quick intermission. This is actually the LAN Center is live right now. There's people that just paid to go and hang out and play games right now. So some of our staff's in the back playing games, and there's also random patrons.
And we will have a little video on that because once we're done this, it's time to play some games.
Double video.
We invaded Command Post, so we're gonna make something of this. It'll be fun.
I like invading Command Post. I'm a big fan of invading.
Yeah. So we
Sorry about that.
No, we told everyone, we kept it live. This is a live podcast. We want people to know, this is an operating place.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's busy in here right now. Okay, it's not just us here. It's other people
ladies'
as
night
well.
too. Thursday nights. You do
Thursday
ladies'
nights or ladies' night. Yeah, we try to help the guys out, bring awareness to the girls, because we know they're not going to. Honestly, come on now. They're more concerned with gaming. If they continue gaming, they'll never get married, they'll never reproduce, and they'll never have more gamers.
It sounds like my wife's
Oh, we gotta reproduce gamers.
So this is actually a factory.
We really just did it because we know female gamers don't get a lot of accolades and they don't get talked about. So if we can help bring the female gamer,
that makes
bring them
sense.
up, that's why we did it.
Now I usually see a lot of pictures from Eve and other people posting when they're games.
Well, so I posted on Twitter tonight, and 3 chicks were the ones that liked it.
Oh yeah,
because they knew already that it was.
and it's funny. It's like everybody said, "What's your busiest night?" We never know. We could have a lot of people in here one night, and then be kind of slow the next night.
Yeah.
It's just so new right now. People really don't understand what we do.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
I mean, they
get
don't.
it.
We had to put the big gaming symbols out on because everybody thought we were a sweepstakes place.
Yeah, come in, win a few bucks.
You got any fish tables?
Yeah, no, it's not.
What? Really? They
Yeah,
can't
they think we're a illegal gambling place just because it says gaming center.
What? And it's also like the black windows too. Like the fact
Yeah.
that you can't see through that and all. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
I can
when
see that.
When I was walking up, I was like, I wonder who's looking at me right now. Like I have no idea.
Everyone's just like staring at you as you walk in.
Like, hey.
And you can get right up to the window if somebody's out there fixing their hair and they cannot see you, and you
that's
can be
crazy.
out of eye.
But no, but like, yeah. So I just emailed them, like how I do all business.
Yeah.
Where you're like, how did you get in touch with them?
This is like the Josh way of doing stuff. Like he just sends an email that's like, hey,
Yeah.
you're gonna meet with me. It's gonna happen right now.
Yep,
Here we go.
Yep. If you don't, I will send $1 million. I will call your office. I will do whatever I need to.
Well, it was like with you. He called me and said, hey, I want you to meet CJ. CJ's big in the Call of Duty world. Next thing I know, hey, you know what? CJ's coming on with me. We're partners. I was like, wow, talking about moving fast. I was like, bang,
I had
bang,
to,
bang.
man. I had to. I see value. I'm like, I need it. I want it. My wife hates that about me. She hates that I don't like. Well, it's just my personality, though. I've never been the type of person that waits. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, I see value in this. I don't see any downside. I don't see anything that go wrong with this. Let me just jump in 100%. Luckily, esports worked out fine. There's been other things.
far.
So far. I've had many.
You had to crash and burn.
You do have to have someone that has a voice of reason, though, to grill that back in.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how we work. When he's like, hey, man.
Your job is to shoot all the holes in his ideas. If you can't shoot enough of them in, then you roll with it.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's worked out good.
That's exactly what I do.
So as far as that, I mean, and then you were telling me you started because your son was really gaming, and you wanted, it's a good way to.
Give them a place to go and
Yeah.
hang out with people that like to game and socialize.
Yeah.
We're trying to get gamers out of their house.
Out of mom's basement.
Yeah, out of the basement, out
What
of
was
their
that
bedroom.
told me? Stop playing with yourself, come play with us.
Yeah, stop playing with yourself and come down and play with everybody else. I mean, they sit in their rooms in the dark, and their parents get a negative attitude about gaming because that's what they do, but they don't understand that most gamers are so intelligent because of the thought process it causes them to go through, and they're better decision makers. They've been tested on that.
Yeah, no, they are. I mean, their
Memory goes up.
memory, their response rate, their decision making skills
Yeah.
are much faster.
Yeah.
Once you hit a certain age, though, you're not as fast. That's why you don't see many older pro gamers.
Right. It is a perishable.
Yeah, it is.
thing.
It's not like golf. Where you can play golf until like you're 7 years old.
Yeah, you can do that. You still suck, but you're playing.
I suck
You can
all
do
the
that.
time.
You can do that with gaming. You can still play. You just may not be great.
I would like to think I'm great, but I know when I look at like pro players play compared to mine, I'm like, yeah, nope, never did.
When I look at Radical or Inside play Rocket League compared to you, I'm like,
Oh yeah, well we're gonna be playing tonight, and I want some highlights of that to show everyone.
Well, people don't understand. We had the opportunity to have two of the complexity guys here, and watching them play Fortnite
I hit up
was
Andrew today, by the way.
unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Andrew. He was great. But Hogman was the way he played.
Oh really?
It's so fast and so
Oh, yeah.
quick paced,
They
and
build like that. I mean,
yeah,
it's like
I
so
mean, we
much.
see some good kids in here, but watching him play on a pro level, it's like you said, watching golf. You can watch a good golfer, but then you can watch a pro guy just lay it up like it's
Like
nothing.
my problem with Fortnite, and this is like I saw it on a meme, and I like stuck with me because that's how I feel about the game. I hate games like Fortnite because you shoot you shoot a bullet, then all of a sudden you are shooting an 8-story building because people build so fast now. It's like you shoot one bullet and you're like, oh, there goes all the
That was
fun in
fun,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Well, and that's why you still have people playing PUBG.
Well, I play Apex.
PUBG too, because it's kind of that way, but you don't build in it.
Yeah, I'm
You
not a
really
big
have to
fan
take
of
the
those.
shot.
Yeah, that's
Or
right.
hide.
Well, it's a little bit more like, and it's all about the terrain, right? Like as the circle comes in on you in PUBG, it's like, did I position myself well for this circle? Do I have the high ground or
I got
not?
stuck in a house one time, and the person that was playing with me went out and took a bullet, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't go out. I was like, I don't want to get sniped. I
No,
mean,
sorry, teammate.
hiding and sniping is, I don't know. I just don't like that. I'd rather people be out in the open and actually.
Well, that's why I really liked. See, there's another game. I don't know if you even heard it. It just came out recently, Splitgate, And it was a fun game, except for the fact, like, it's Portal, that game Portal mixed with Halo. And it was a good game, except for the fact that Ranked had multiple, like, Team Deathmatch is the only type of gameplay where you could do where having Portal seems fair. Because if you're doing a capture the flag, or like you're doing a domination, let me make sure this is still, I think it's still on. Sorry guys, I got a crap computer. Yeah, it's fine. Like you're doing domination and someone portals right in behind you and wipes your whole team because they're all, like, it's just not fair. It's not like,
It's really fast. It's a super quick game.
I mean, that's why I like it. But then again, there aren't enough people playing it right now to like queues are getting ridiculously long.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, the player base has dropped off so far.
I said Rocket League's a fun game. I like playing Call of Duty. And you gotta understand, I'm way older than
You like playing
average,
Call of
but
Duty, really?
Call of Duty's fun because when we get it, I always get back there and play on that because it's more of a game that I think that you can. It's more gamer friendly. It doesn't have a lot of. I don't know, it's like Counter-Strike. It's like the play is so small.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a lesser learning curve, but you can be, you can be, it takes the same amount of intelligence to play it with, I don't know, I just like it. I don't know.
No, I think that's why, like, the barrier to entry on that game and to, like, feel good in a game of Call of Duty, like, you can go to a casual game and you're at least going to get a couple kills, right?
I think those two games where you can't get a dad come in here and play Fortnite with his son. It's just impossible.
Sure.
But you can have a dad come in and play Call of Duty with his son.
Yep.
They can play Rocket League with their
Rocket
son.
League.
Oh, yeah, Rocket
You know,
League.
there's certain games that they can do and bond, which is another reason why we did this. Like, I'll get dads coming in with their sons and say, had one dad come in, walk out, and he goes, you know, that's the first hour and a half I've had of undivided attention with my son in 3 months.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, I was like, you know, that's just it.
No, I get that. That makes sense. I mean, like I said, when I was younger, like one of the biggest memories I had was playing Super Mario with my dad. Like watching him run through the levels was like cool because like I like video games and my dad was showing interest. And that's like kind of what got me started in everything. I mean, obviously,
if they make it too hard for the older generation to do it, it's putting a distance between them and their children. And there's certain games that allow it to be more.
Everyone's back there.
Like I said, Call of Duty. I mean, it's a difficult game, but it's not as difficult as, I don't know why Fortnite is so difficult, but it is for me with all the little jumping stuff. It's not as structured. Building, just hide behind something that's already built.
Oh, I do.
I'm not downsizing it because we do Fortnite tournaments and all that.
Yeah.
But still, it's not something that a 50-something-year-old guy can pick up as easy.
Sure.
Well, I'm also one of those guys too. Like when I get shot on the organ, like my heart starts racing, and I just turn around and start running to like the closest cover in like a game. I'm like,
Kind of like in Apex. That like.
Oh, Apex. I mean, and the thing is, you can see like where you're shooting from. But people can shoot you from so far away, like you can't see them. So I run, recharge shields, and literally wait. And I was like, you know, maybe they'll get bored of waiting for me to come out and just leave. Most of the time they don't. I'm not very good at Apex, but that's not my type of game though either.
And like going back to the question, how did I hook up with him?
Yeah.
And that was just, well, we met like every week for a while.
Yeah,
Oh, really? You guys are just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he would come by on his way home from working in South Carolina and stop by here.
Oh, yeah.
And we started talking about all kinds of same thing y'all were doing already.
We were doing those Fortnite, when we first started out, Fortnite was like our thing. We started doing Fortnite tournaments.
I remember.
And it set up the Fortnite community here. A lot of people started coming out. But then we got on with Carolina Game Summit and Playthrough. And those were much bigger events and took more of our time. So we couldn't focus as much as we wanted. Which the good thing is now that we're planning our own stuff, we have flexibility to start planning like tournaments. We even talk about leagues, doing like leagues here, which would be super fun.
And we were talking about doing that in the fall, trying to set something up for starting after school gets started and make it follow the school calendar.
It'd be
with
fun.
the same type of breaks and just doing like a league to where like bowling. You know, like Friday night would be league night. You come in and you play your games, you get your points. It goes on the board until next week, and at the end of the season, your leaders will play, or you'll do, you'll get your stand almost like pool play.
And I still think it's a great idea, and I know a lot of places around here would want to do it. It's really just at this point now, it's just business side stuff. And your side of stuff where you figure out like I bring CJ the idea. I'm like, this is what we should do, and he's like, all right, well, let's structure this first instead of just like going all in. So CJ, we should figure out how to do this.
I think there's plenty of opportunity. I think that, so I'm looking at it from a large event scale, bringing in people from outside of Charlotte, right? And one of the things that we've done actually a really bad job of doing is trying to connect more and more with the audience in Charlotte, right? Like, yeah, the Charlotte audience. How do we? Because that's what we are, right? We're Charlotte Esports, and we like kind of don't really identify with that in some ways. Like 3 of our staff live in different places. You know what I mean? Like one lives in Florida, one lives in Virginia.
Well, the Florida one just moved there.
Yeah, that's true. But like 2 live in Virginia as well. But
I think the biggest thing is Charlotte was left hanging by
Envious,
and
which I talked
people
to their,
just got disconnected from.
I talked to their investor yesterday.
Okay.
There's envious investors. So it's like, so we're trying to pick up on some of these things that Envious did, but one of the things I want to come back to is like, how can we create a footprint in Charlotte for the future of what that looks like, right? So like running a league or getting people like when a new game comes out, what do? We run an event at Command Post and we all come hang out at that event here and build layer stuff on top of that, right? Like find sponsors that want to come put a booth out here or whatever so that we can make it a little bit bigger for our Charlotte scene because that grows our fan base, right? And then it gives people coming to your LAN center and then it gives a team to root for with us. So it's like, it's helping everybody.
We did a really good job of being known in the Carolinas. Doing the big show, we are known, especially in Call of Duty, people know who we are. Up and down the East Coast. But he is right in a way. We've kind of alienated Charlotte and we need to give that more. Which the fall.
I don't think you've alienated. I just think it's not been tapped into as much yet. That's like Andrew with Complexity was telling me, a place like we have right here, if we could do a league where they're playing here and we build like a scoreboard to where they can log on to our website.
Oh, is there stuff up there?
Yeah,
there is.
But if we do one on our webpage where they can log in, it gives them a pool
and all that
to
stuff.
pull new players. He said because you can have these good players that are playing at home, they'll never find them.
Yeah, that's right.
It almost, if we could, my goal was to create like a farm league in Charlotte.
For Charlotte Esports, because we are going to be the next franchise. Sorry, Complexity, we're going to have to take it from you guys, man. I hate to say it.
Well, so they released a video a little while ago about their new facility, and Andrew was the first person on it. So I took a picture of it and tweeted at him today, and I was like, Andrew, look at this. I saw you on the video and whatnot. And it's pretty cool. I mean, their facility, it's very much designed so people walk in from the public, and they have like the casual area, and then you get to like more of the competitive space and the training area and all these different pieces of it. And it's super, super cool the way it's set up to be able to just invite people as they're walking by in. You know, and I think we just have to find a way to structure it. And my idea at first, and this didn't work at all, but I contacted all the schools. I found the gaming club teacher for all the schools, and I sent them an email, and I said, hey man,
You talked to Miss Brooks?
No. I don't. Well, so I tried to, but it's kind of hard to get like school
It is,
systems.
because they're part of HSCL.
Yeah.
And they're like,
well, not necessarily, but like
Some of them are.
I got one teacher to respond to me, and that's it. And they said, tell me a little bit more about this. And then I tried to explain it, and then they went cold. But like trying to find the kids from the schools to bring them out here, or the kids from the colleges to bring them out here is like, I don't know how to tap into those guys. And I've tried different things, but it just doesn't work.
Well, when we were talking about this, I reached out to a lot of high schools, and they are very much like, you'll get leads, they're like, hey, contact this person, you contact, we don't get an email back. Or if you do, it's like, we're part of HSEL, like they can't do
And
anything.
they're very afraid of
Yeah,
dealing with outsiders.
and I get it.
Because
They're
it is a
kids.
protected thing.
Yeah, they're kids. Yeah, I mean, like they don't want their parents to get upset. What if they came to one of our events and got hurt or something like that? And there's a lot of like that's all the school system is in some ways, to protect those kids, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just how do we get
structure it?
Yeah. I don't know. And so like that's like the big question mark in my brain is like how do we tap into this market in some ways? And I think it's hosting a bigger event where they'll just come out to see and then like make it to where it's just more marketable. Maybe it's more money for the prize pool or whatever it is.
And that's like we started doing a buy one get one hour get one free with your student ID.
So everyone hears that. If you're a student, they have a buy one get one. So you buy 1 hour get one. What's the hour rate?
$8 an hour.
$8 an hour. So yeah, I mean it's a good deal, honestly. Compared to most, like I've been to a few LAN centers, and compared to them, this is a very, very cheap place. Not cheaply done, but how much you're paying is very cheap.
And they can go on our website and do a virtual walkthrough of the whole space before you come out.
It's CommandPostGaming.com. Yep, CommandPostGaming.com. You can check them out.
So, and if you're watching this and you're from Charlotte, maybe you go to high school or you're college, like comment below what kind of tournament you want to see, because we can run all kinds of different tournaments, and we're we're kind of just trying to figure out what the community wants.
Yeah.
So if you let us know, we'll make it happen. It's not that hard for us because we have all the resources available. It's just what do you want and what will you show up for?
That's like this one young guy called me, and I answered the phone. He goes, "You guys do Smash Brothers?" I was like, "Actually, we don't get a lot of call for that here."
Yeah.
I said, he goes, "Well, I got to tell you." I said, "Look, you bring your Wii, I'll let you get in. You'll enter the tournament for free, and you bring your people, and we'll run a Smash Brothers tournament." Did I hear from him after that? Of course not. You know, but still, I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
That's with most things we get.
I don't know if
It's,
it's lost.
no, it doesn't. That's not bad.
I just get worried when we do this stuff that it's gonna like we lose the footage or whatever. I'm like,
No, it's saving to this. But I mean, if you they just said, if you guys are interested in doing anything, how we go about doing our tournaments is like the first thing we say is there enough interest in doing this?
Yeah.
Call of Duty is an easy one for us because we are known in the Call of Duty
Just
community.
because I know everything about
Yeah, exactly. And a little background on him, a little background on CJ. So he, helped run the Army's Call of Duty program and start that. So he knew a lot of people, which was great. But we want to get to know who here in Charlotte wants to, be a part of a big tournament.
Like in League of Legends, Rocket League,
and you're
Mortal
working on
Kombat,
getting
whatever it
more
is.
PCs,
We
right?
are working on
Yep.
more pieces.
Just tell me what you want. I'll make it happen. Just tell me.
We have the, and I know the city of Charlotte's itching for stuff like this too. I mean, we talk with the CRVA quite a bit, and they're like, look, we want to do esports, we want to bring it here, but the problem is it hasn't since Envious left. There hasn't been any big players. I mean, there's other guys. Don't get me wrong. There are other event organizers here. They're just not to the scale what Charlotte's looking. That's where we come in, and we're like providing these bigger tournaments with bigger prize pools.
You know what I found about a lot of event places around here, and I think this is actually you, and it's not a knock on you, don't take it personally, but like they don't use Twitter correctly. Like nobody.
They've been changing that.
Yeah, so like, because like my audience for Call of Duty connects with Twitter. Like I can get all of them from Twitter, and they DM me, they ask me questions if they want information. That's exactly where they go.
Garrett does that, and our Discord's been really good for that.
Yeah, the Discord too. And like what I've seen is like when I look at other people's Twitter and I see what they're doing and how they're marketing and whatnot, their Twitters are very dry. They're just they're just not using
They're
them in
just
a good
relying
way.
on what they've already built. They don't try to expand bigger. They don't care to get bigger. Like they all have dreams and aspirations. They just don't really know how to get there. I guess it's more.
Well, and like the other places around here that are not LAN centers, but will throw consoles in just to bring and say they're an esports facility.
Sure, yeah.
I get a big kick out of that. And I'm not trying to put it. I just
I already
think.
know.
I'm not
You're
mentioning
good.
any names. I'm just saying I think I get a kick out of that because I get they're trying to bring gaming in, but it also can give that a bad.
No. Look, I'm not trying to throw shade, but I am shade.
Shade.
Don't throw so much shade, Josh.
I am
It's okay.
shade. Well, no, but like when you're going to do an event and we put up a 2K prize for ourselves just to have which we're getting in. I'm not going to say the event name, they're the place, but we're getting it for a reasonable price because we needed. Honestly, there's no way we could have ran that here. It would have been so packed.
No, I
Marshall
get
would have ran
that.
us out.
Yeah.
But we went to this place and they gave us a decent price. We're like, all right, we can run with that. They saw our prize pool and thought we were something way bigger, and we're like, jack the price up. It was like $2,000 the first time coming around. And
That was minimum.
that was minimum 2,000. We're like, who do you guys think we are? Like, we're just a local.
That's a little bit. I mean, that's not trying to grow the community. That's trying
That's trying to
That's trying to make money.
capitalize.
Yeah, it's trying to make money.
And that's not the type of thing that's the type of thing we try to steer away
I mean,
from.
don't get me wrong. We want to make money too,
No.
but we want to build the community
You
and do it in the
understand.
right way.
I mean,
Of course.
we didn't make any money on our tournament.
No,
We didn't.
And
We
any money
broke
that-
even.
And any money we did make, and it was like really
right back into
right
it.
back into
Yeah.
what we're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
And that's how you're
nonstop.
going to other
Yeah.
Yep.
places.
And that's kind of like, honestly, like, I'm okay with that for the next year or so. Like, if we don't make any money on tournaments and just grow our brand, I'm good with
Yeah.
it. Like,
And it's growing.
because we want the community to come out to whatever event we host, right? Like, we want to be known to, honor our words, right? And to resolve issues if there are issues. Like, my game just broke, my controller broke for whatever reason, I want to refund you. All right, dude, like, I want to earn your trust as a community, as an organizer, to be able to do things like that.
And we want the city of Charlotte to feel
Yeah.
comfortable and ready to take, because like me and you talk, we would love to have an arena here, a big gaming arena, because at that point, that means that esports is happening, and it's happening, and that it's going to be a profitable thing for everyone.
I don't think I haven't thought about that as a general contractor.
Sure. Yeah.
By the way, if anyone's thinking about it, if any big investors thinking about it, hit up Tim. He's a general contractor. He can do it. He builds Planet Fitnesses, people. Come on, this place.
Yeah, we built this place.
And we're going to put a honk alarm in there also. You know, you start getting real loud, I'm going to... But no.
I hit that thing all the time. I'm really bad about like making noise. When
Set
I
right down so hard.
I'm really going to get started with that.
Do you go to Planet Fitness? Is that your dream choice?
So when I was in the living in Norfolk, we went to Planet Fitness, right? And my wife, she was about to hit it on me.
Plug.
Yeah, there's the plug. Hey, Planet Fitness. By the way, but no, like I was working out there, and my wife was working out next to me, and she's like, "You need to be quiet. You were so loud when you lift weights." I'm like, "I can't help it. Like, it's in my brain. That's how I'm wired. Like, if I'm lifting heavy, you're gonna hear breathing. Like, it's not like but it's like heavy breathing. You know?" My wife, so she's like, "You're doing too much weight. Go lower." I'm like, "That's not how you work out. What do you?"
It's kind of like,
I love you, Victoria.
it's kind of like when you hear a car with a lot of horsepower.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in your DNA.
Yeah, you're like, oh
When I
yeah.
smell real rich racing fuel, I can smell it. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know
it's a guy. It's in our DNA. It's
You know what you would have loved? We did the STEM event.
Oh,
you see that
I
video?
saw that.
Dude,
Yeah.
you come out to it, man. You really do.
Dude, honestly,
There's one fall.
what we could do is just on the next one, we could put like more consoles out and run a mini tournament there. Like that would be so easy, and those kids loved it, man. Like, they were all
That's
about.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I saw the video. I was like, damn.
Well, my mom runs it.
Well, I know. That's why then I realized
It's free.
It takes me a few
So
minutes.
just for those watching, the STEM event is it's like a NASCAR. You probably know, you can explain it better than I.
Yeah, the STEM event is ran by the Charlotte Motor Speedway. My mom. Good job.
Hi, Mom.
But it's a science, technology, engineering, and math event, which really like is anything that's like that can use any of that. So like you actually have people that are changing tires on cars, like the NASCAR cars, because it is good engineering, you know, showing you how to do it real quick. You had plenty of coding companies out there, you know, groups that teach you how to code out there. We were out there. They ran a little Halo tournament, right?
Yep. I brought my personal place, Xbox, and then one of our other guys brought his Xbox. So we just had two out there, so it was a 1v1. But I think in the future, like we could bring 6 Xboxes, because we can get that between just our staff that we have right now, or we can borrow them from Tim.
Yeah, Tim, come on out, man.
Come on out. Yeah,
And then we could just run a mini tournament, and then what do? You know, you push command post, you push CLT, and
And
then
that's kind of like the idea me and him had with partnering early on.
Yeah.
Is that we, as our brain grows, we help command post further because we can't. The esports community needs to rely on these grassroots.
well, we need a physical location. We don't have a physical.
And here it knows, like this is like our like when our team comes into practice, this is where Charlotte Esports is born. This is where we will practice. You know, when we even make it like complex, like when we, and I have no doubt in my mind that we will succeed. We're just in a good market, and we're setting ourselves up right.
I mean, everywhere we go, we meet people, right? So like all the guys that are here are like people that we've met in the community, just like randomly. And
That's
it's
like
awesome.
the guys from Complexity found out about us from Carolina Gaming Summit. I met the guy
CGS,
that works for, I can't remember his name right off the bat now, but Michael introduced me to him. He was out of California.
I probably know his face.
Yeah.
Because that one I was so busy. CGS. That's where I was so busy trying to make sure that the
Because they put him on a Call of Duty thing, and then the consoles, people weren't logging in properly, and they kept kicking things off.
His was one of the teams that was having the issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so and you remember seeing how frustrated I was trying to get that.
I was out there for a little while.
That was a
really good.
I missed you, Sinatra. I remember Sinatra was there too.
yeah. So that was actually a really good growth experience for Charlotte Esports. You know, going from smaller Fortnite tournaments here to being on a big convention and throwing a bigger tournament. really helped us grow. I mean, we went leaps and bounds with how to run stuff, what we need now. So
Michael was great sharing everything.
Oh yeah,
too. I love it.
I still call him and ask him questions about like how much square footage do I need for XYZ, and he's like this, and I'm like, how much amps do I need to run my monitor and Xbox?
He's got so much information with that, it blows me away.
Yeah. So actually, I started writing a document today on how to run a Call of Duty tournament, so I can hand it to somebody and say, this is how you run it. And
now for free.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
I spent about like 30 minutes on it, and it's like 4 pages long already. And I still have like another 10 pages I can write
It's
easy.
on your e-commerce page.
This is the guy who brings they bring itineraries. You know, we have itineraries for when we go somewhere. He's like, all right, here you guys read this. This is what
Yeah, you don't have a schedule, right?
It's organization.
Yeah. So I like that because I like the staff to know like where they have to be, when to do what.
And then they're not guessing.
Yeah, exactly.
When you can take guessing out of people and actually put a thought in their head, then it works so much better.
I mean, like the biggest challenge that we have going forward isn't even it's not business side anymore. It's not. It's like you said, getting Charlotte involved, like the local people involved, and knowing that we're here, that CLT Esports is here, that Command Post is here, that Koyobi or whoever.
There's 800,000 people in Charlotte that I want to follow us on Twitter. Like that's my goal. 800,000 people in the city.
660 something now. So we got some work.
But keep in mind, we were at 171 2 months ago. So we got 500 followers in 2 months.
What people need to understand is when they look at esports, if you look at the papers from 2017, the documentation, there were more people that watched esports than NASCAR and NFL put together.
Yeah, I saw that.
There was more revenue in
2017?
2017.
Wow.
There was more. Well, my old business partner he's like my older brother. He's like 19 years older than me.
Yeah.
He did what you did. I came up with all the ideas. He shot the holes in them. That's when we had our construction company.
Yeah.
He sends me letters in the mail, a hard copy on some of these things. He also said that the esports business, this is everything inclusive, made more money than Hollywood, everything in that business together. All that, yes.
Really?
It was documented.
Well, esports is just, it's growing.
I'm all about statistics, and I love that stuff when he sends me.
I like the ones that are like nowadays, like NBA games. Like more people are watching esports games than NBA games.
See,
it's
this
crazy.
is the problem. This is the problem, though. A lot of these big VCs coming in, big investors, like companies or whatever, holding companies coming in, they're throwing this money into it, and they're expecting that on a weekly basis you're going to pack out an LCS game or something like this.
It doesn't work.
And that's not the type of you're getting online viewers.
Well, it's funny because when you say that, like, I wouldn't, even if there was a League of Legends tournament or like a big tournament, like Grand Championship in Charlotte, I think I would still want to go like someplace like here and watch it on TV with you guys instead of being in the stadium.
Well,
you know?
Well, I agree. To a certain degree, I agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to a weekly. I wouldn't go to like just
every
a weekly
week.
play.
Yeah. So
I would go to the big end of season tournament. 100%.
A viewing party.
Yeah. Well, no, I would actually go to the event. Like if we had a big.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
See, like, I think we'd have more fun here though, and like
But that comes with the
Okay,
culture.
well,
That comes with the culture of being.
Could we not do an online tournament and have it here?
Yeah.
But have a lot of people gain from where they're at. I know we're trying to build a community.
also like an online, but some people are here and we're like casting from here or whatever, and we're just showing
Basically, we
matches.
control it from here, but they say if you got a Call of Duty team that's in Texas and they want to play in our tournament, they play and we just run it
That's
that
an interesting
way.
concept. All right.
I've been thinking about that, but I haven't
That's a
thought
cool
to it.
one. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Don't steal that. Hey, if you're watching this, don't steal that.
Well, all right, so what made me think about it is we had a young guy come down from the Greensboro area who qualified for the World Cup for Fortnite.
Okay.
Came down and paid for a day pass and played in the tournament here because we have fiber internet.
Oh yeah.
They love, dude. The Fortnite players are nuts about that fiber internet. Like that's like their dream.
Because they're afraid they can't build a wall fast
And
enough.
we have commercial grade fiber. So
do.
we have a dedicated line to every console, PC.
By the way, I'd just like to point out, I keep looking at the camera because I cut my own hair before I came here. I think I did a
Dude,
good
you
job.
look great, dude. It looks good.
I
like
did.
it.
Right before I
He
hopped in the
just makes you
shower.
look like a biker or a hockey player.
I was like-
He looks like a hockey player.
Oh,
doesn't he?
speaking of hockey, so everyone knows, now the hockey's over in the fall, we're doing a thing with the Charlotte Checkers. Dates TBD. What?
Yeah, I led into that, so you can.
I'm dead serious about it. Paul over there.
I knew
this
he
is
would
Paul.
get into it.
I'm excited, man, because this is the first sport
When did they say
organization
that little connector hotel is going to be done on their thing?
next year.
Oh, next year.
Yeah, it's not. I wish we could do it. This
I want to
year.
do it now. Like, I think it's a great spot.
Man, it would be awesome. But we were planning on doing something with the Checkers TV deal and that, but it's going to be a fun day. You buy a ticket to our event, which could be the day before. We're not sure, but you buy a ticket to that, you get into our game for free. But it's going to be a fun event. We're going to plan on doing. We're trying to bring as much of the community in for that event as we can.
How long have we been going?
For a while, we could probably wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's good. I feel like it's a good length.
Yeah. So everyone, thanks for tuning in. Tim, thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
If you want to be a sponsor, your name could be like right here.
Yep.
Right here. Tim's
And if you're interested in talking with Tim about, especially if you're, looking to sponsor like a place, get your name around here, come talk to Tim. He's a great guy. They're running, tournaments. But thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't do a lot of this YouTube. That's right.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, that's all of them.
Push the bell. Push the bell.
IG.
Do it now. Push the bell.
IG and Twitter handles are at Esports CLT. What's your guys' Instagram and Twitter handles?
We'll put it below the video.
Yeah,
we'll put it below
I'll
the
get
video.
there
I
to
got
too.
you.
There's I can't.
I got it.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time.
Bye.
Rise above.
Rise above.